trust me on that.
I'm back. Sorry about that. She looks into my eyes after wiping her face with her handkerchief. She nods silently.
Sure you listen to what Labrys wants to say this time, okay?
I fully intend to.
Kuchigava smiles in embarrassment. She apologizes for me and taking such a spiteful tone. I can tell she's being honest and sincere. Kuchigava promises to corroborate as much as possible for Labrys' sake. I just have her contact her friends and pass a simple explanation to the situation. She agrees and that she will try to contact Akihiko and I guess as well. She seems to have already grasped how our safeguard against detection by persona works.
Speaking with you made me understand something important. Thank you.
Oh yeah, that's why Rize cannot detect the Persona 3 cast. Because the light spoiler on the Persona 3 game, in the Persona 3 game, you actually end up fighting a 3-person team of evil Persona users, and one of them is also a Navi. So yeah, so Persona 3 member basically they invented a way so they won't be detected by a Navi Persona.
It must be that smile of yours that catches your audience's heartstrings.
Promise me then. Make sure you come back with her.
Spurred by word, I begin running to where Detective Labrys will be. Though I don't yet have a plan to save her. If I find her again less than this time, will that truly be enough to save Labrys? The Invisible are still here, leading me to the music room. According to the guide map, I've been found further away, but just as well, announcement room, the layout is a version of the school itself. Who is Mitsuru fighting? Oh, he's fighting you. Someone else is already here. He frowns upon seeing me. I recognize his face from the video. If the walls are still here, that must mean the Grand Prix rules are still being enforced. As a test, I hold up a hand in the place where I just entered the room.
It seems we're locked in. The rule against proceeding without fighting is still in effect.
Alright, didn't think Mitsuru was gonna have one last fight with Yu Narugami.
Are you Kirijo-san by any chance? Rise got in touch with me.
I am indeed Mitsuru Kirijo. As I recall, you were the sister no, your name was Narukami. There doesn't seem to be anything scrambling our senses. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I don't sense any noise. I can't hear to ask. He nods, showing me he understands the question.
Rise told me you were out to save Miss President. Labrys, her name was?
That's right. But I must act swiftly. There's no noise here because our enemy thinks we'll be hesitant to fight in our right minds. Would you mind conceding? I don't want to drag you into this any further.
I understand, but I can't do it like that.
Narukami gave us a weird smile before his expression flattens again.
If the rules are still in effect, my friends are still trapped. They still need someone to rescue them. I've fought battles I didn't want and taken on a lot of responsibilities, which includes saving Labrys, of course. It's not that I don't believe you, but I don't think it's right to simply hand the burden over to someone I just met.
I see.
Sorry, this must be frustrating to you.
No, don't misunderstand me. I have no objections. I admire your willingness. With the final battle awaiting ahead, perhaps it's best that the stronger of us two should be the one to proceed.
Almost hearing the area changes, Narukami senses as well and readies his weapons. It's strange, but he reminds me of someone. Yeah, they're all wild cards. Although his his fighting stance, physique, and the features are completely different, he still reminds me of the one who saved us and the entire world.
In your eyes, I will test your resolve with my sword.
Definitely didn't think Mitsuru was gonna fight Yu Narukami for the last time. Okay. I hold my hand to Narukami, who had collapsed on the floor, and help him up. Fortunately, I won the match. Although in fighting these people, I've come to see them as a new light.
First, I have something to ask you.
In this world, to encounter another leads to an intimate win or lose situation. That's why I had intent to limit my interaction with others. All I felt regarding these students was regret for dragging them into this mess. But in order to be sure I can leave Labrys, I feel that I need their help. Since they have more experience with this world, they're most likely closer to Cerberus.
You said that you want to save Labrys too, but you barely know her. She isn't human and has been through things that aren't easy to understand. What were you going to do for her when you found her?
I probably quickly closed his eyes before answering.
Nothing in particular, but I could have stood at her side at the very least.
At her side.
Number of things telling me with Narukami's words. Though I had resolved to fight by myself, I wasn't truly alone. I had family and close allies, all who supported me, but Labrys was alone. She fought against the same unit who shared her fate. After escaping into this world, she had no one. I see. I understand now. He politely underlined something important I had overlooked. He's not the first to show me a new perspective like this. Worms and Jason spares Yoshimi. I understand now. That's why Narukami reminds me of him.
You really do remind me of an old friend.
I do?
Yes. Though he's more than just a friend. I owe my life to him.
I tend to contact Kujigawa again. When she responds, I give her another request. She eagerly agrees, and Narukami, who's listening in, nods in satisfaction.
Well then, I'll be going now. To save Labrys.
There's no hesitation now. I've seen what must be done. I must go forth and keep my promise with them. Labrys will be saved. I'm certain of that now. In order to pursue the escaped shadow, I stopped briefly and attempt to locate it with my persona. It's on the move. It's heading to the
Kujikawa, can you hear me? The shadow is headed to the announcement room again.
I've already picked up on her and got out. Also, I've managed to reach your friends. I was just talking to someone named Agus.
Kujigawa says never try to contact multiple people at once, but there was a little practice. She pick up the knack. Her persona support skill are advanced indeed. In contrast to my own ability to contact my friends again, this noise without linking my persona to communicator, she easily located Akahiko and Agus. Really, she's quite talented.
Can you hear me? I need you to keep Kujikawa safe.
Understood.
The shadow's presence is nearby. I retrace my steps to the announcement room and throw open the door. I'm ready to end this.
My. You've come. Sorry, but you're too late. You really helped me out, though. You were pretty hard on this girl, weren't you?
The expression drains from Labrys' face. She musters herself. The shadow must hammer the Labrys' physique in order to have Labrys deny herself.
Yes. These humans seem to take us back. She'll never understand how we feel. A typical human. Stop! Don't say anymore!
Labrys.
I step between Labrys and the shadow and draw my weapon. The shadow looks at me and her face boils over with hatred.
Oh, of course. It would be a problem if she were destroyed while you were retrieving her. Retrieve? No. This has got nothing to do with me. How long are you gonna lie to yourself? It's about time you face reality. You want the everyday boys and girls to experience what you had to go through, right? That's why we're in school, having a fighting tournament. You want to see close friends fight for their lives against each other. Because if they do that, then they might understand. You want to make them understand. That ain't true. But it didn't work. Kirija marched in here and spoiled your fun. It's alright though. You don't have to worry about that anymore. comes to get in your way. Just like you once did. No! No! That ain't what I want! You're
The Shadow smirks, whines at Labrys' protest.
not me!
Labrys' rejection seems to have crossed some line. Like I says, the Shadow's power rising dramatically in response to her words.
I myself, I'm free! Even if I'm a misunderstood machine, I'll escape from all this!
It's gone berserk. But there should still be time. I'll make you settle down.
I support Labrys, who slumps over and make my intentions.
What's with you, you hypocrite? The way you've been acting pisses me off. How can you be so kind to her? No matter what you do, it won't erase your sins. Fine. Since you're a Kirijo, why not tell you exactly what your family did to me? What they made me do?
The Shadow starts a weapon towards me as it sentences me to judgment.
Those spectator students. What did you think those human-shaped silhouettes were?
For a moment, her unexpected shift in topic catches me off guard.
Shadows, too. Shadows of the prototypes you made her destroy. When they were destroyed, their information was transferred to the victor. What's left of their hearts remains deep inside Labrys.
Oh, so that's why the silhouettes, they're like shadows, but they don't attack people. And they're kind of weird. Okay.
They all had a soul. But because they never fully developed, their shadows helped her play school after they separated from her. Do you see? Those spectators you saw everywhere were her sisters she had to kill at the Kirijo group's orders.
Like, okay, Labrys is unit number 33. So even if she killed like all of the prototype before her, that's like 30 students. And I get the feeling there's like more than 30 of them in this school, right? I'm lost for words. I can only stand there speechless.
Forgotten. I'll never let their memories or their pain go. I will forgive anyone who tries to take my freedom.
Her anger is justified. It's natural for her to hold a grudge after what we did to them.
Acknowledge your anger and grief. Setting things right here is my way of atoning. This fight will release you from your curse once and for all.
Alright, like, unless there's more than 31, like, there's only 30, either there's only 31 students, or, like, there's more than 31 sister, right? Because it doesn't add up. If her number is, like, some outlandish, like, 300, or even, like, up to, like, more than 50, I buy it, but, like, 30, there's more than 30 students, like, speculating, right? After a fierce battle, Shadow finally falls silent, stops resisting entirely. I go to elevate Labrys, helps bring her around. When she recognizes, regain consciousness, she looks at me in sorrow and resignation.
I'm gonna be alone again? What am I saying? Of course I am. After all I've done?
No. No one will lock you away ever again.
Huh?
I thought I had a firm grasp on things. But in the end, all I did was drive you into a corner. I'm sorry.
Why? Why is a Kirijo apologizing to a machine? I mean, I hurt people. Dragged them into my own mess. I'm just like I was before. There ain't no reason to forgive me.
That is solely your opinion.
Huh?
Fujikawa, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Is that Rise-san?
That's right. You've met her too, and
It seems Kujigawa accomplished what I asked her earlier. I wanted her to use her persona ability to connect the voice of her friends directly to Labrys. Some of them I have met, while some I don't know at all. In truth, some of them may find it hard to forgive Labrys for dragging them into this, even after learning her circumstance, but I believe in them.
To tell the truth, I only saw you for a second, so I ain't really sure what's going on. But it seemed like you went through a lot. Anyway, hope things start looking up.
It's way too simple. Can't you think of anything better to say?
Hey, it ain't simple at all. I know damn well how tough it is to see a shadow come out of yourself.
Yeah, we've all been through the same thing. So we'd suck pretty bad if we didn't forgive you.
It caused me a lot of trouble, but it was still kind of fun. Kind of.
They know how to accept someone who, for who they are, regardless of looks. That's why even though Labrys is a machine, they'll surely welcome her. I'm confident of it. And indeed, their response to Labrys, with more warmth than I had thought.
What you saw wasn't the whole picture, right? That's just how our hearts are.
I concur. None of us can cast stones after you've gone through the hardship of facing your shadow.
Left side, I'm just glad you're okay. I was worried about you. I left you alone knowing you couldn't use a persona.
Labrys, when you come back, we should talk.
Senpai's right. And not just us. Sister, can you hear me? I too would like to talk with you. There's something I'd like to tell you. You may know it already, but still.
The voice coming are gentle, kind, and warm. I can't help but be touched as well. My word alone could not have accomplished this.
Guys, why?
You are a machine, unlike us. That is undeniably true. There will be days to come when you are tormented by solitude and caged by your own weakness. But one thing will be very different. Starting today, you are not alone.
Whether she's a machine or a human has no bearing on her suffering. To be crushed under the weight of despair seems to end in pain, feeling that one cannot go any longer. I'm no stranger to those feelings myself. Was always someone else, like my family or teammates, who saved me. But when you're alone, it's difficult to see a way out. You can't find it unless someone else shows you. That's when you learn the extraordinary power derived from one's relationships.
Relationship is the greatest guide. In my mission here, I've come to be reminded of that. We hope to become that guide for you as well. If you're not alone, you can stand to face the most painful of truths.
Face the truth.
Labrys' gaze turns towards her own shadow. There's no more fear in her eyes. She understands now.
I get it now.
I watch her over. She stands up. No words will pass between us. I'm here for her. And that may be enough.
Labrys and Karijo-san.
Welcome back, you guys.
Together with Labrys, we head towards the rooftop, where there's supposedly an exit into the real world. A small crowd welcomes us to our arrival. Some of them haven't yet met in person. As I recall correctly, the energetic girl with short hair is Chie's Sotanaka. Well-built young man must be Kanji Tatsumi. Must be a general, the real Teddy. His speech is no different from the imposters, but the absence of that evil demeanor, the real one's much more adorable. No, it's not. All the fakes I saw in the videos here was just smile on everyone.
Whoa! You really are a robot! Hey, can I touch you?
Chie-san, that's a bit impolite. It's hard enough restraining myself already.
You said restrain yourself.